Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to Intuitive Angling, and appreciate you guys tuning in for today's video. Always happy to have you guys around. Guys, today I have got a story that I've been keeping secret for like 30 years on a co-angler experience I had, that I got thinking about it, and it's like, there's no reason to keep this secret. I said, this is absolutely nothing wrong with this story. There's nothing wrong telling it. It's part of the human experience, and I'm going to share it with you guys in today's video here. Also, guys, before we get started, thank you very much, guys, for everybody that's subscribed here in Intuitive Angling. Man, if you're one of the people that have supported the channel free and easy by hitting that subscribe button, thank you very much. And also, guys, anyone interested in becoming a channel member, stepping up a little bit, channel members get my email address, so you can email me for your fishing questions personally. We can have a conversation over email. Happy to help you guys out. And also, members get private videos every week that aren't seen by the public. So just go to my homepage and my YouTube channel, hit the join button for information there. I really appreciate that. Okay, guys, I'm gonna tell you the story. This was a Bassmaster Top 150 tournament. I don't really want to say where this event was, or specifically the time of year, because I don't want to give any details on it out of the privacy concerns and privacy respect for the person that I'm going to tell you the story about, the co-angler. But anyway, we were in this tournament. It was about probably midway through the day, and we were having a pretty good day. I think I had a decent limit in the boat, and my co-angler, he was close to limit. We were having a good day, and he wasn't fishing me hard. He was letting me have all my water. So I was happy with it. And about midway through the day, he asked me, he goes, Randy, he goes, I got something I'd like to share with you guys. I'd like to share with you something that, I really want your opinion on. And he goes, I know you don't like to talk when you're fishing. He goes, so, if this is a bad time, he goes, no problem. He goes, I'll understand. And it was going fine. So I usually don't do that. But I said, yeah, no problem. What do you got? What's on your mind? Okay, he goes, I'm wanting to step up my career, and I want to start fishing some professional tournaments and start getting more in-depth in tournament fishing professionally. He said, but the issue that I'm concerned about, he said, I'm gay. He goes, I'm a gay bass angler. And he goes, I don't know what's going to happen. He said, because he goes, I'm not going to try to hide it. And he didn't look like, there's a stereotypical look that people have assigned to people that are gay, and this guy didn't look like it. He was big. He was about 6'3", 220. He looked like a dang athlete, like a football player, probably in his mid-30s at the time. The stereotypical look was out for him. He said, but I don't hide the fact that I am. And he said, he goes, I've always felt like this. He said, this is something that just didn't come upon me. He said, ever since I was a little bitty kid, he goes, I knew I was different. He said, even from my earliest memories, I knew that I was different. And I realized as I got like into my teens that I was gay. And he goes, as I got older and into my 20s, he said, I accepted that. And he goes, one of the things I knew, he said, I knew that I was going to have some problems with it, with people around me, because he was from the southern part of the country. And he goes, so I learned how to fight. He goes, I became, I started wrestling. He goes, when I was a teenager in high school, I knew how to wrestle. When I got older, he goes, I started boxing. I started martial arts. I started getting into some fighting competitions. He said, I learned how to fight. He goes, and in my 20s, he said, I had quite a few run-ins with these rednecks that tried to, make fun and insult me and my buddies for being gay. He goes, I beat the shit out of them. He goes, every one of them. He goes, I sent about every one of those rednecks to the hospital. He said, I had no patience for it. And so he'd been battling this his entire life. And he said, but what I'm concerned about, he said, I don't want to get into professional fishing and it be this big nightmare for me. He said, I hear that you're a pretty open-minded person. He said, that's why I wanted to ask you. I said, he goes, you know a lot about the sport. And he goes, I just feel comfortable asking you this question. I said, he goes, if you don't want to talk about it, fine. If you do, fine. I said, yeah, I got no problem. I said, right off the bat, I told him, I said, look, I got no patience for people that try to insert or interject their belief systems or their worldview or the way they think somebody else should live their life onto other people. I said, that's not anybody's business. They don't got any business trying to judge you or trying to tell you how you lead your life. And so from that standpoint, I got no problem with it. I don't have any right, nobody does, to tell somebody else how to lead their life. I said, I don't care who it is, if it's you or me or whatever, if the way you lead your life is not hurting anybody else and it's not causing harm to anybody, then more power to you, whatever makes you happy. And I said, one of the things you're going to find is that most of the bass anglers that you're going to run into are like most people in society, that we've transcended a lot of this homophobia, and you're going to find out that most people are pretty accepting to it. And it's just going to be, live how you want to live. It's none of my business, whatever makes you happy. That's how most people are. I said, you're right. This sport does have an element of that. And I said, you're probably going to run into a few people out there that as big as you are, they're probably not going to say anything to your face, but they may say stuff behind your back. I said, that's just the reality of the situation. And I said, but those are the same people that are judgmental with anybody. They're judgmental on people's political viewpoints or their religious viewpoints or whatever, so you can't worry about that. I said, do not let those people keep you from living your dream. I said, if you're passionate about fishing and this is something you love and you love to tournament fish, I go, hell with those people. Do what you want to do, and just don't let that stop you at all. That would be the worst thing in the world if you let somebody squash your dream just because of somebody else's prejudices or viewpoints. So anyway, he thought about it. I think it made him feel better, and after that tournament, I never saw him again, so I don't know what he did with that, or if he started fishing some AAA tournaments or whatever. But I got thinking about that, and I just tried to empathize. It's like how frustrating that would be is if you wanted to do something and you loved to bass fish, but you were concerned about something like that should be an absolute non-issue. And one of the things about it is like people have no business telling somebody else or judging people on how they live their life. It's like if somebody has a worldview or a belief system or a viewpoint, and they think that somebody is lesser because they don't agree with that, that's just a bunch of crap. And the only thing that matters, guys, is that we lead our life with kindness and compassion and integrity and empathy, understanding, courage, all those things that are true measures of intelligence. And anytime I see, that type of behavior going on, I got no patience. I got no respect for it either. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to share that story with you guys because I got thinking about it. It's like there's no reason not to tell this story. This is life. This is something people have to deal with all the time, and there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with bringing it out into the light and talking about it because it's real. It's real. It's happened. You can't deny it. Part of our world. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to share that story with you. Probably the first one that's ever been put out on the bass fishing internet on the YouTube channels. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you, and thanks for tuning in. We'll talk later.